Hello friends, in the previous video we've covered the en passant and pawn promotion. Today we will discuss about a special rule called castling. What is castling? Castling is the only move in which a player can move the king and rook at the same time. You can do castling on either the king side or the queen side. Castling is an important move to know because it serves two valuable purposes. Firstly, castling helps the king to move into a safe position away from the center of the board. Secondly, castling places the rook in an active position in the center of the board. In order to perform castling, you must use basic rules as in the following. 1. You can't castle if there's any other piece in between the king and the rook. 2. Castling can only be done if the king has never moved and the rook toward which we are castling has never moved. For example, king moves to d1, and after any random move, the king moves back to d1. Now the king can't castle. Similarly, if the rook moved on any square to a5 and then moves back to a1 like this, in this situation, the king can't do castling with this rook. But the king can castle on the other side using the h1 rook if this e1 king or the other h1 rook have not been moved. 3. You can't castle through checks. For example, in this situation, the white king can't perform castling on king's side because the black queen on c4 is controlling the f1 square, as the king can't go through checks. So you can't castle on this side, but you can castle on the other side. Number 4. You cannot castle while the king is in check, like in the following scenario. For example, if the black queen moves from c4 to e5, the white king is under check now, so the white king on e1 can't castle to escape the check. Okay, now let's talk about it. How to perform castling. As you know, castling is done only if there's no piece in between the king and the rook. Now you can simply move the king 2 squares toward the rook on any side and move the rook to the other side of the king. There are 2 types of castling. The king side castling. The king side castling is also called a short castling. To do short castling, you just need to move the white king from e1 to g1, and at the same time move this white rook from h1 to f1. This is called king side castling. Now let's understand the second type of castling, which is the queen sides castling. The queen sides castling is also called long castling. To perform long castling, you need to move this white king from e1 to c1, and at the same time, move this white rook from a1 to d1. This is called queenside castling. This is all for today's lesson. I hope you understand what castling is, and now you can use it in your next game. In the next video, we'll talk about the first golden principle of chess, controlling the center. If you like the video, hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.